Today I'm going to go over two different scenarios of small jobs, and what I'd like to do is have you guys leave in the comments what you would charge for those jobs, and if you're willing to leave the area, because I think the area has a lot of difference in costs, and it's going to be different in California, it's going to be different in the cities of Michigan, it's going to be different in rural Michigan, so it really makes a difference as to where you're at. But I'd like to go through how I price jobs, maybe how you guys can price jobs. Let's learn something together, and I'm going to look at specifically small jobs, because today's job, basically I needed to load the mini skid steer up on the trailer, and I needed to drive 45 minutes. In that 45 minutes, it was actually 31 miles. So after I drove 45 minutes, I got to a place. All I needed to do was move some stumps. This gentleman wanted the stumps out of the way. He didn't want me to take them away or do anything. He just wanted them moved to his property line so he didn't have to look at them while he had a campfire. Very, very simple. Took me 20 minutes to move the stumps around. I wanted to get them where he wanted them, so sometimes I took a little bit more time talking to him, making sure everything was good, and then load back up, drive the 45 minutes back home. That job in itself didn't take that long. 3 hours total, load up, get there, come home, do everything, talk to him. So how do you calculate what you would charge for something where you're actually only on site for a very small time in rural America, but you had to travel a long distance? So some people would use the IRS rate of like 56 cents per mile, 60 cents per mile to get there. And then are you charging for your time to get there and travel? Because I think that's a big key. And then beyond that, you start getting to the point of what about wear and tear on your vehicles? Tires on these trailers, tires on your truck, fuel on your truck, oil changes on the truck, all that stuff. You could get so deep in this that, and I think you should at some point in time, that will you ever take a small job again? And that's one of the points that I guess I'm trying to make here. The way I did this job, in my head, I said, okay, I'm minimum $1 a mile for the maintenance of the stuff I'm hauling, the truck and trailer. So that's going to be 60 bucks for the maintenance to get there. My time is well worth something behind the wheel. So I try to calculate something of that in, but you can't go too far in that, because I can hire someone to do this job, pay them 20 bucks an hour. But then I need to look at, am I paying FICA? Am I paying health insurance? What am I paying beyond that? So usually when I'm paying someone per hour, I triple it. That usually gives me at least 20 to 25% profit, because I need to have that middle section for taxes, liability insurance, anything else to cover just the overhead of what's going on. In this case, I say anything within 40 miles of me, $250 for me to show up and then leave. And then I'm charging $125 an hour with a 1 hour minimum. I have to do that because otherwise people get a little upset that why are you charging me for 30 minutes when you're only there 20? And I just go, look, it's an hour minimum, and then from there on a 15-minute basis. And we have to, because these machines are not inexpensive to maintain. And not only do you have that, you have a larger tractor, you have planters, all kinds of things. Everything needs maintenance. Now that's job number one. So go through that. How would you calculate out what you used? I barely used any fuel in the Dingo, but I did use a lot of fuel in my truck. It is a gas truck, so I went through about a half tank, and that's at least $50. So a lot of stop and goes on that trip because of rural America, not expressway trips. Job number two is going to be basically hauling limestone road mix, and all we did was pick up the stone and take it to a place where a large dump truck wouldn't get into and drop it off. Now, out of respect for the client, they didn't want me filming, so all you're going to see is me picking up the stone. But there's wear and tear that you're putting on the trailer, wear and tear on your truck. It can get pretty serious when you're putting some of the stone in, and depending how it's loaded, it can really squat that truck down. And what's that going to cost you in maintenance long term? So I'm always keen on when someone says I can make big money with a dump trailer, you can't haul that much weight. You simply you're limited. For sure. So what I'm going through here, my first load was 5 ton. It's actually 5.21 ton. Cost me $134. Now I will give these in some sort of way to the people to prove what I brought them, because a lot of times we'll drop off 5 tons of stone and somebody will be like, hey, wait, where's the rest? Because it doesn't look like that much. So in this case, it was $134 for trip 1. This is just my receipt of paying for it. Trip 2, we went a little bit larger. We thought that was not going to be real hard on anything. The guy wanted more stone. He said, whatever, just get me as much as you can. Instead of going real big, because that's wear and tear, we went for 6 ton. This time they really got me 6.18, which is close, and we're a little over. It squatted the truck down pretty serious. $159. This was loaded a little bit more in the front. Third trip was 5.99 tons, so it was perfect. This one actually came out good. It loaded the truck well. It was loaded with weight a little bit more towards the back of the trailer instead of all in the front. Again, $154. This, in my opinion, is a real tough one for you to make money on, because A, it's specialty. If you wanted to bring in limestone, it'd be much cheaper to bring in a larger truck who can carry a serious amount of volume, dump it out. But in this case, you needed a small trailer to get into where this gentleman wanted it. He didn't want to tear up a lot of his yard, lawn, driveway, everything else getting in. So tough, because it was 3 miles down the expressway, 2 miles off the expressway. Not long, and it didn't take me long to go back and forth. I got 3 trips done in basically 2 hours and 15 minutes, start to finish. So that was tough on me. I charged $100 a trip. It just seemed to make sense, and it was $100 plus the cost. Now, if you're a contractor, I think most people would say, look, it's going to be materials plus 20% or materials times 2. There's a lot of ways that people will take that material cost and also make money, because it takes time to get it, know how to get it, do all that stuff. In this case, I was making $300 in the case of 2¼ hours, but I really didn't make that because obviously wear and tear in the vehicle. Did anything happen to it this trip? No. Could have something happened. I mean, if you'd have popped a tire or anything like that, you'd have taken all your profit, boom, gone in that one single incident. So it's tough with a small job to say, how much is that worth? Because there's so much money driving down the road. That is one of my points, I guess, when I get to small jobs and you have a machine, you have if you have a new truck, a new trailer, and a fairly new mini skid steer, you have $125,000 to $150,000 that's rolling down the road to a job. How much does it cost to maintain that? And this is just something pretty simple. This is for our tractor. I mean, that's just coolant and an oil filter, and we're already at 30 bucks. We didn't even add in an oil change there. We didn't add in anything. It's simply just little things for maintenance. So that can eat away at you quite quickly, and I'm highly keen on taking care of my equipment. It'll last longer, usually give me less trouble. I try not to take it to its limits, which is why we didn't put 7 ton in this trailer. We just did 6. I don't need to have something happen that's going to totally take my day away and wreck it just because the client wants to have a little bit more for less money. Protect my equipment. If I have to charge more for what I'm doing because I'm protecting the equipment and not wasting profit, I think that's smart. So that's job 2. What would you have charged? Overall, if you're not in the landscaping business, if you're not in some specific business, I think it is incredibly hard to take a machine like this or take a dump trailer and just simply buy it and make money. The cost of moving and just depreciation on this stuff is insane. The cost of having a truck that's going to be able to pull it without having a lot of maintenance is insane. It's crazy where prices have risen to. I mean, this here is a $12,000 trailer. Used to be about $8,000 4 years ago. So as this stuff gets newer and as the inflation goes up and as all these costs rise, how do you make money on small jobs? Love to hear those comments below. As always, we appreciate your time. Give us a like in this video, help each other out, subscribe to the channel. Have a great day.